What's going on, y'all? It's J Small Reviews here, back at it again with another video, man. Bringing you guys today my initial thoughts on the mega matchup announcement that we got yesterday. We are finally getting Hitman Holla versus Geechi Gotti. Not on a big league, you know what I'm saying, which we'll discuss, but we are getting it. It's a Bags and Bodies production. Finally, Hitman originally wanted him and Mook, if we remember that, to be a Bags and Bodies battle, and that situation fell through for a million different reasons, but he's finally going to have that Bags and Bodies marquee event he was looking for. And man, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of any mega matchups, particularly this one that has some history to it. I mean, we could go back to any given Sunday, too, on the URL stage. They faced off in 2022, and it feels like since then they've been off and on with so many different situations. They'll hint at it, they'll promo, then they'll stop talking, but now it's the real thing, and it's all the way in November 9th in Atlanta. I believe the card is called Power Moves. So we're getting ample prep time, as we should for a matchup of this nature. And when you see it, I feel like there's a lot of common questions I just want to tackle off rip. First of all, it's kind of a mixture of two, but people will say, do you think it's been too long? Because classic with any big matchup, we never get it right when we want it, right? We might even get it near when we want it, but obviously this one is a little bit late, so do I still like it? Absolutely, man. I know that some people, in terms of Geechi's recent form, is the only real deterrent to this battle. The choking and the stumbling and the low so matchup, Fonz, Marv 1, etc. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something you're not going to like to hear. Well, the first thing is not something you're not going to like to hear, and that's that it's a big matchup either way. It's two of, in my opinion, the top 5 battle rappers ever battling. We don't have many left at that level. We have matchups left, but in terms of, really two of the absolute best ever peaks of their era, there's just not that many peaks of their era, because there's not that many eras in battle rap, so it's special already. And what you're not going to like is that even with Geechi fucking up in his battles this year, for the most part, the man has the name he does in battle rap because he shows up and makes great footage in the biggest battles of his career. Win or loss, we could debate from there, but the Surf battle, all-time classic. Him and Rock, great battle, all-time first round. Lux battle, great performance. Easy battle, great performance. Even as recent as this year, what was his biggest battle this year? Ilmac. He's fucked up in the rest of them, but you know what he did versus Ilmac? He had a fantastic 8 to 9 out of 10 performance, and once again showed up versus a legendary name. So that's not to say he's never stumbled versus a legend before. Don't jump out of the window, but more times than not in the legacy shifting battles, you're going to get the best version of Geechi Gotti. So for all the people questioning because of Geechi's recent form, I can't be mad at you, but I personally am just not that worried about it. And then I don't have to question Hitman because I feel like he's one of the more consistent battle rappers you're ever going to find, you know what I'm saying, win or loss. And then you add the ample prep time for both. If there is a stumble, I am going to be disgusted because this battle should be nothing but the best case scenario considering the amount of time they're going to have for it. And then that brings you to the league and venue part. And like I said, this is going to be a Bags and Bodies production, which is something that on like a marquee level, Hitman has been really kind of wanting to do for a minute. Like I said, he wanted to do it with the Mook battle. And the two things I just want to say is in terms of the pay-per-view and how it's shot, production real quick. I see Rap Grid is on the flyer for the pay-per-view. We like that. Stick to what works, the constants of this culture. Rap Grid has proven to be reliable when it comes to pay-per-views. And also, in terms of shooting it, I know that him and Ruin Your Day, Avo, had their falling out over like some Bags and Bodies YouTube footage a minute ago. I would hope that that's not too big of a deal because they should shoot an event like this. Like I said, the consistence. You want the people that are known for being great at this in this culture that consistently do it to do it for your event. But if he does have Anderson Burris do it, because I know that he shot a lot for Bags and Bodies, he's proven to be a good cameraman himself, but you just want to use a constant. No outside teams, nothing new, especially not for a battle this big. And then in terms of, like I said, things outside of the raps, last thing I want to bring up is the venue, because it does appear to be more of like a medium-size type of venue for the most part. And I think this is a battle that for many of us, we did want 1,000+ people for this. We did want the spectacle for their star power. But listen, they shopped it around for years, man. It would have had to have gone to a bigger league for that to happen. And would you prefer medium-sized venue with this prep time, right, in a battle, or 1,000 people but not 1,000 people because there's no fucking battle? We've been waiting a couple years, guys. You know what I'm saying? So if you do have a complaint about it being in a smaller room, I get it, but I'd rather have the battle than not have the battle. And that looks like it. This situation is where it's come to after they both said that, like I said, it feel like it was about to happen and it didn't. It feels like it's been almost booked like 4 times, so I'm just happy to have it. Then you get into the raps part, which I'm not going to go into super detail because we have till November. This battle, by the time it happens, is going to be so talked about, you're going to be sick of it. You're going to be excited to see it, but you're going to be sick of hearing about it. If I had to just give a prediction straight up, there's going to be a keys to victory for this battle. There's going to be a ton of coverage. My opinion might change because there's so much promo and things that could happen within the middle outside of promo, right? That could maybe affect their mindset. Who the fuck knows? It's like 2 or 3 months away. However, I would pick Hitman 2-1. If you ask me straight up right now, I would go with Hitman 2-1. And like I said, I still expect a great version of Gotti, but I expect a great version of Hitman. And I feel like Hitman, as an angler, I feel like Gotti's a little more known for it. I would say a little better as well, just because he does it more frequently, he's more active. But Hitman, very underrated in that department. I have to say it every time that Hitman is an elite angler that just doesn't get treated like an elite angler. And I think both of them are, there's going to be some angling in this battle. And then I think they're going to get at each other bar for bar. And I'd say Geechi is definitely the better puncher in terms of reference material, just one off like the concepts of punches. But I'd say Hitman is the better rapper in terms of putting his syllables together, actually rapping smoothly through his material. And I think that also factors into his performance, where I think Geechi's a good performer, you know what I'm saying? But I think Hitman is the best performer we've ever gotten. So just talking real quick over their categories, you can see there's so much that they stack up in different categories, but what's going to make this battle great, what I think is going to make this battle the best, is that both of them are going to get into a real talk bag. Both of them, at times aren't going to be going for the most creative wordplay and punches, or really even like having the most directive angles, although I expect a mostly tailored battle. But both of them are going to talk that shit, and that's probably the factor I'm looking forward the most to in this battle, maybe with the third round from each of them holds. But as you can see, for so many reasons, even if you think this battle should have been booked before, even if you think it's a little bit late and you don't like Geechi's form recently, there's still 100 reasons why this battle should still be great. And that's why I'm extremely excited for it. And then that leads me to ask, I wonder when it'll drop, if they even have it locked in. But I want to know what the undercard for something like this looks like. I mean, it's Hitman and Geechi, right? So you'd figure there's at least 1 or 2 more battles on there that are hefty. Maybe some. It's not Riot versus Bags and Bodies, or I'd expect kind of the talent pools that they both work with. Even though you probably are going to have some type of Bags and Bodies cast members, someone more notable being on the card, because why wouldn't you if it's a Bags and Bodies card? Hitman tends to look out for his people. But yeah, that's the next thing for me, is like I'm extremely excited for Hitman and Geechi, and then from there, okay, what's the rest of the card going to look like to sell it? Because with a main event like this, you automatically start out with the potential, if you fill the card out right, to maybe have card of the year on paper, or at least a chance at it. That's how I feel when I see big matchups like this, is a chance for just another great event to be built. And that's really what we need in 2024, which we've really gotten as of recently. Trenches was really good. Massacre 2 was fantastic. We have a couple events coming up in September. Bullpen has the endgame card that they still haven't fully announced yet. So much going on in the fourth quarter of Battle Rap, and Hitman and Geechi only adds to the hype of that. And I also want to say I find it funny that the second Hitman and Geechi got announced. I think Verb has been crying every minute since. I wake up pretty early. I wake up at 5 or 6 a.m., morning person. I always check my phone like it's the newspaper, as many of us do. And I saw Verb was tweeting about him last night, on some bullshit. I saw this man Verb was tweeting like first thing in the morning. He didn't even have breakfast yet. He just typed at Hitman Holla. That's a sick fucking thing to do, but that just goes to show how impactful a battle is when you have a has-been losing his mind like that on the internet. But that is it here, my full initial thoughts on Geechi versus Hitman, because I'm going to have so many more. Like I said, we're going to talk about this battle a bunch with how far out it is. We still don't have the undercard, the promo leading up into what it could look like, even the angles that could possibly pop up beforehand, things we could see coming ahead of time. There's still so much to discuss, and only time will tell going into it, even though, as of right now, I do have Hitman 2-1 edge. But now I want to ask you guys in the comment section down below, obviously, how do you feel? Do you still like the battle? And who do you have winning? And then from there, I want to hear how you feel about it being on Bags and Bodies, because I, for one, am extremely happy to see this battler kind of freedom and throwing their own events era, because they've been good. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have liked it if they were failures, but obviously, Geechi and the Riot, a couple of these leagues go back a bit. Geechi and the Riot has been successful for a minute. Even longer than that, John with Bullpen. But the biggest thing for me was watching Cal throw his own battle this year, battle event, and it was great. Just first time out, in my opinion, one of the 5 best events that we've gotten this year. And hopefully Hitman's able to replicate that, because I just think, like in other sports, so many times you see the legends, even though it's different in battle rap, you could still be rapping forever. You know, I'm not expecting Cal or Hitman or Geechi to stop rapping, but start running out of matchups. It's more rare that a matchup worth their time comes up. So why not turn around and go into the business half of the game and give back to battle rap in the way that it needs it? I mean, listen, we need great rappers and stuff, but we need different leagues and options that people can go to possibly get matchups done. Places that throw good battles and also have that perspective from a battler, not just in terms of running the league, but even scouting and talent development. Because I am a believer that other battlers are going to be some of the best to look at when we're talking about picking out new talent. So seeing some of the legends that we grew up watching graduating and helping the game on an even higher, more technical business level, I think that's great. And I just want to hear your guys' thoughts on it in the comment section down below. Expect later this week, this was supposed to be the Nexus predictions, but then this announcement dropped. So expect Nexus predictions, and then expect Queen of the Ring predictions, because they have a pretty big card with Prom Night 2 coming out. We'll all be talking about this week. But it's J Small Reviews again, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Peace.